We are about to start our tournament showcases, the spotlight of Outbreak. For anyone who isn't in the know, Outbreak is in fact primarily a tournament and one of the only places in the Cebu area, or actually the Visayas, where we actually showcase VGC live on the big stage. So I am one of the casters, Moldbreaker or Goob, and with me is my guest caster,
Daiya, and we are here for another round. This isn't our first time partnering together. We partnered way back in the first Outbreak, right?
Yeah, we weren't that good yet at casting Smash, but Daiya here doesn't actually cast Smash, but
Indeed.
he's here to learn and have fun. So let's do it. Ethan, how do you feel?
My goodness. To have my first match, not only, thank you. So to have my first match as a stream match, along with battling against the defending champion of last year. Oh my goodness, this is my first Outbreak. I feel scared, anxious, but I also feel honored, Hey, thank you for inviting me. And it's a good thing I also got into VGC, and I'm pretty sure this will be an easy sweep for Vinz, but oh well.
Hey,
it's fine.
don't write yourself out. You're gonna do great, dude. You're gonna do fantastic.
Well, I'll do what I can. You taught me also. He also taught me. You guys have been great at being my coaches for Pokemon Champions. I'll do my best. I'll try to remember what you guys applied to me. So yeah, thank you.
Indeed so. This is the first round of competitive Pokemon VGC Pokemon Champions, but at the end of the day, only one can be crowned. This is the road. This is the beginning. Let's go. Everyone, give your hands, Pokemon!
We have our two players ready. So Oyo, let's take a look at their teams. So we do see that znivs is running the standard Charizard, and there's not much variation here. It is a very standard Charizard Y team, but the thing is, just because it's standard and you understand it normally, doesn't mean it's predictable. This team is on top of the meta for a reason. It works. The thing is, it just completely works.
Yes, and even as the meme suggests, this team was created after months and months of the meta. We've been through a lot. America has been through a lot. The world has experienced a lot of Pokemon Champions meta, and now this is the definitive IT team, the team to beat. So let's check. And I think, like what you said, even if a lesser competitor or a person who's not as knowledgeable would run this team, I don't think it would run as well.
Right.
It's the mere fact that we have somebody as skilled as our defending champion having this team is why he can run this team and he hopes to win. Because why wouldn't he?
Actually, there is one small adjustment that he has here.
Which is?
The King Gambit has a life orb. That is not an item normally ran on a King Gambit. Instead, that's normally on a Garchomp. But the Garchomp looks to be a speedy but bulky variant with Citrus Berry. So this Garchomp doesn't really aim to do damage, but it probably aims to sustain just a little more. King Gambit, though, has no protect on it, so there is no protection from this King Gambit. It's just there. It's gonna come in swinging.
Exactly. I think you can even see, even if people don't fully understand what they're looking at, and just like me, I'm representing the crowd right now. You can even see that the King Gambit is the only Pokemon in the defending champions team that doesn't have protect. Am I right? I think
it looks that way, yeah.
Exactly.
But here we go. Let's see what Ethan is packing, and he is packing some heat. So he does have the Mega Gross, the Metagross with the Metagross site. So something unconventional for a steel move is he's not going with Iron Head or Meteor Mash. He's going for Bullet Punch.
So Bullet Punch, of course, the main offensive. Where do you think is the brunt of Ethan's offense coming from? I'm assuming is it the Metagross?
Actually, his team is actually quite bulky. I think he's just planning to tank through everything. You have the Archelodon here, but it's not very standard either because it has Aura Sphere, no dragon moves. It has both Aura Sphere and Flash Cannon. And he does have a Farigiraf, a very standard Farigiraf these days, but he has a dual Mega of Metagross and Venusaur. Both of these do quite well in the rain. And, well, of course he has rain. There's Pelipper right there. Grimmsnarl is also in the mix, but it has Spirit Break. Usually Grimmsnarl runs Foul Play, but Spirit Break's, it's a pretty good move.
Yes, because from what I'm understanding right now as well. So, I think, is this a team that wants to get out the Trick Room as fast as possible?
Oh, it's a team that just wants the Trick Room up, the rain up, and then it just kind of bulldozes its way. It's not a team that wants to set up. It's just a team that basically goes, I'm gonna tank your hits, and I'm gonna pray that I'm gonna hit harder.
Oh, okay. So it's a different kind of variation, different kind of spin on the Trick Room, right?
Yeah, normally Trick Room you wanna hit hard, hit fast, but the thing is, this isn't it is a bruiser Trick Room team, so a little unconventional, but very standard in a sense. So I can't wait to see how these two will play out. So they're just preparing themselves. I believe they've exchanged team sheets and now they are about to start, I think.
So first and foremost, another reason why Vinz actually also got me here right now, because it's to help people understand that Pokemon VGC is not just for these people who avidly research, avidly get into it. You get there, right? But you gotta start somewhere, and we hope everyone watching here right now can experience the love, the joy, the thrill of experiencing Pokemon VGC as it is right now and what we're showing, because I think that really was the intent of Outbreak from the very beginning, right?
From the very beginning, we've always wanted to have VGC, especially in Cebu, and I want to believe we've made it. So now we just have to sustain and maintain.
Indeed, because in Manila, across the world, does anybody here, I want to know, does anybody here watch the Pokemon Worlds? Do you know the streams? The Pokemon Worlds, the card game Worlds, the Pokemon Go Championships, the Pokemon VGC. I watch those and I don't even play those games a lot, but it's still enjoyable. And I think that's what a lot of people can relate with. Cebu now is on the map to the Worlds.
Here it is. They are starting the battle and we've already analyzed their team, so I'm genuinely curious what they're gonna do here. So I can picture Znivs just leading off immediately with the Charizard, but he has to be extremely wary that Farigiraf is just gonna set the Trick Room up. Just because he's the faster of the two doesn't mean, he should pull the trigger almost immediately.
Yeah, because I think there are some setups and offenses. I do not think, of course, this isn't the first game that Ethan has ever had, so he's aware of the kind of team Znivs has. It is the meta team for a reason. Let's check if, and I would like to assume Ethan has beaten a team like this in the past. Maybe he can beat Znivs. We have to see.
Of course, I mean, this is Outbreak, so I imagine neither of these players will have mercy on each other.
No, indeed. No mercy, no corner should be given or taken, and let's go! The first round starts!
So Ethan is going to lead with Farigiraf and Venusaur, and of course, Znivs will be leading with, like I said earlier, the Charizard and Whimsicott, but he has to be extremely wary here. If Farigiraf goes for a Trick Room, Znivs can't just go for the Tailwind. I mean, he's already naturally faster, but if he also sets up the Sun, it kind of screws over the Venusaur if it chooses not to Mega Evolve. It does have Chlorophyll.
Yes, indeed. So a lot of people might be thinking this is a gamble, but no. These are calculated decisions. They know their teams. In fact, again, right, they're given a sheet of the opponent's Pokemon way before, and it all comes down to this. The first turn in Pokemon can decide everything.
Right, even from the team preview, it can already be decided. But yeah, we will be seeing that Znivs will in fact not care about that Venusaur. He just goes, yeah, I bet you're gonna be fast, but you're probably gonna Mega Evolve too, and I'm just gonna light the plant on fire. Just Mega Evolves right then and there, and like I said, here comes the Sun. And Venusaur will not be abusing that sun because it is no longer with Chlorophyll. It also Mega Evolves and now its ability is Thick Fat. While it kind of resists the fire moves from the Charizard, it will receive a helping hand from its Farigiraf. But yeah, the Whimsicott does not go for Tailwind. Goes immediately for the Moonblast into the Farigiraf here. And Charizard's Dart Slop will immediately smack into the Farigiraf. And you know the memes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god!
Literally, there's nothing that stops the Farigiraf from using Trick Room. But it did not go for Trick Room.
It did not. I think, so meaning if he could have gone for Trick Room there, it would have worked, right?
It would have worked. So he's living on a sliver of health. Puts him down to Citrus Berry. Heals a little, but then we did see that the Whimsicott is able to do several things. The thing is, Venusaur... Did the Venusaur move after the Charizard?
In fact, the helping hand, I think that was an assumption. I think that Ethan probably got used to the fact, the overbearing nature of the opponent's team. That's why he focused on the helping hand when he could have gone for the Trick Room, but now they're, ooh!
Just pulling out,
their
He's
Drafford.
changing the weather. He sends in Pelipper. He sends Pelipper in place of the Farigiraf in order to get rid of the sun. Charizard is now without sun. This is a pretty good advantage for the Venusaur, but well, Weather Ball will be hitting that Venusaur, and it is water now. Doesn't do as much damage as you'd think. Pelipper, however, did suffer a special attack loss. It's not going to be doing as much into the next turn. No helping hand boost into the Charizard. Sludge Bomb fails to get the KO. This also means that the Charizard is now able to switch out or protect itself. Pelipper, however, did not appreciate getting hit by that Moonblast, and the Whimsicott on Sniv's side still has its Focus Sash intact, so it's gonna have to be hit twice.
It already is a two-hit combo series of decisions with it comeback, and yes, just as you predicted, the Pavilion champion is sending back Zartslop and going in with
Garchomp.
Indeed.
Cynthia's best. So Garchomp will be taking the place of the Charizard, and that Pelipper will be protecting itself, trying to avoid getting hit with another Moonblast. Sludge Bomb, however, brings Puff Cream, the Whimsicott, down to its Focus Sash. But will we be getting the poison? And there will be no poison. Puff Cream survives one more turn.
So luck plays an integral factor in Pokemon Champions, and we can already see that right now. 1% on each side, 1% on Puff Cream. Focus Sash for the clutch as well. All these minute decisions, all these micro instances of happenings, it matters here. Can Ethan clutch it out with this next move?
So the thing here is, Oyo, is the Garchomp can spam the Earthquake, but he's gonna have to switch Charizard in. And if he switches Charizard in and Venusaur targets into the Charizard, yes, Sniffs will get Sun back, but at what cost? And the Garchomp is not... Oh, okay, so he will not be switching anything out. Protect will be coming from the Whimsicott, and Dragon Claw will take the Pelipper out once and for all. Ethan can no longer reset the weather. Giga Drain coming from the Venusaur, smoking that Garchomp, but then it's living with a 6-7%.
Everybody just had to do that. Nobody, if I saw someone, but anyway. So with 67% of health left, a considerable degree, but we've just had our first loss from
Even side,
exactly.
Yeah. But you gotta look at the board state here. Farigiraf is, I mean, it's very dicey for it to even call the Trick Room. And Venusaur, while it remains a little healthier, it really didn't do substantial amounts of damage into the Garchomp, and it still needs to smack down the Whimsicott at least once. Garchomp is in a very nice position to just hit something, actually.
Yeah, I think Snivs is in a premier position indeed to score some offense back to Ethan and just take more of those kills. So, whoa.
Yeah, so he won't be knocking out the Farigiraf here. Instead, Ethan will be swapping out the Farigiraf into the Archaludon. No Trick Room is gonna be called. Dragon Claw connects into the Archaludon, gets a stamina boost, but then a single stamina boost doesn't really do anything. Giga Drain into the Whimsicott will finally knock it out, but it has set up the Tailwind.
Yes, so you've done your job, Whimsicott. You're cute. Go back home. And I think we're going to move on to znivs' next Pokemon. Actually, a decent move coming from Ethan, I can say, from the Switch and, of course, taking out the Whimsicott. But could this just be chess? Was that a sacrifice play by Vinz? We will see.
Yeah, so Vinz here. The thing is, he has permanent Sun up. He has 5 more turns of Sun. Our Chaladon cannot get a single Electro Shot up without having to charge.
All right.
It needs the rain. So, well, this Charizard is significantly faster than either of these Pokemon, and neither of them want to be hit by fire moves.
And I know that they're expecting that to be the next action of play.
But the more fun thing here is, since Charizard is a flying type, it is not affected by Earthquake. Garchomp, on the other hand, a premier Earthquake Pokemon, can just immediately go for it. Ethan, however, does not want to sacrifice his Chaladon, will be protecting it. And like I said,
what you said,
the Earthquake from the Garchomp will be coming out. The Chaladon will not be getting hurt, but this Venusaur, however, it's not looking too great. Heat Wave will be connecting into the Venusaur. Yes, it will. No miss here. Does not get the KO, however.
Ooh, but that's already considerable damage. Start. Oh!
Yeah, you don't see that every day, folks. For everyone who normally considers Venusaur a weaker Pokemon than Charizard, you just saw it take down a Charizard in the very first game of Outbreak.
Imagine Venusaur winning against a Charizard. How about that?
Now, both players are down to their very last 2 Pokemon. We have King Gambit, and this King Gambit has a Life Orb. It is going to do so much damage given the chance. But then Venusaur is really not a good position. The Archaladon is in a prime position though too. Oh no, Ethan still has his turn. Ethan's been preserving his Pokemon. But spoke too soon. Dragon Claw will be connecting into the Venusaur slot.
You basically just send them out to the slaughterhouse.
Low kick connects into Archaladon, but doesn't even get the KO. The stamina boosts are just starting and going and going. And with this, Archaladon has Aura Sphere, and it does have Aura Sphere. It connects directly to the King Gambit.
That was a one-shot.
That was a one-hit
Yeah, the
KO.
first ever of the day.
Archaladon showing exactly why Archaladon is Archaladon. The champion is on the back foot here. His only remaining Pokemon is this Garchomp. But the thing is, Ethan's Archaladon has no dragon moves.
Oh, meaning it's still going to be an uphill battle from here. It's not going to be as easy as Ethan thinks.
Yeah, so while this Archaladon will not be able to do any super effective damage into the Garchomp, its only means of damage aren't exactly that great. It has, I believe, Flash Cannon and Aura Sphere, but Venusaur will not be able to do anything against it. Protect will be coming for the Venusaur, but at what cost now? Shark will be using Earthquake. The Garchomp will be poking a little bit more into this Archaladon. Does about 24%, and the boosts are coming up and up and up.
And of course, I think that's what Ethan wanted from the very beginning. Trying to defend himself while dealing a bit of damage. Trying to chip down Vinz slowly, but Vinz with the heal. And of course, Archaladon with the leftovers as well. It's gonna be a kind of a war of attrition from here on.
The thing is that the Archaladon managed to chip down the Garchomp's special defense by 1 level. The next Flash Cannon might be able to take this Garchomp down. Whereas Vinz had the clean position to just take both Pokemon out with Earthquake. Now he runs an extremely high risk of getting one-hit KO'd. Well, getting KO'd at 52%. This is a bulky Garchomp with a Citrus Berry, but the special defense drop might have done him in.
Will it be enough? This is it. Make or break. This is the gamble that these players are willing to take, and choosing that Archaladon for to protect. And it's up to Shark.
Well, the Archaladon will be protecting itself. It's just fishing out for more leftover turns, and the Venusaur will be going down.
It's unexpected, that I highly believe. But then again, but no damage is going to be coming in from the Venusaur. I also just realized it is going to be a 1v1.
So the thing is, remember that this Garchomp is at -1 special defense. if it gets hit by a flash cannon, there is a chance it goes down. But Ethan can also save the game by just constantly fishing for leftovers to protect. But yeah, it will be at 7%. And yeah, stamina will boost himself one more. Will flash cannon be enough? And it is! The special defense drop did him in. Game 1 will be going to the challenger. Znivs, the defending champion, has lost the first game, but don't count him out. He's extremely... He's never really on the back foot, but Ethan can't relax just yet.
But imagine the Outbreak King of last year. Too heavy is the crown that he had to bend the knee in this first game. But this is a best of 3, and the king won't be down for so long. He will make a comeback. Now, in just one game, imagine. I really believe not a lot of people here fully understood what was happening. And again, even me, I did not fully understand what was happening. But then, just witnessing, and of course, with the help of the information that we have, we could already have told, and that was really just nail-biting action, ear to ear, bell to bell, and now we are preparing for game number 2.
The most interesting thing here is Znivs, or defending champion, he's been having a lot of trouble with the RNG that Champions has brought in. It almost feels like RNG is just not... Znivs plays his best when everything is accounted for, but with the small little gambles in Pokemon, that special defense drop really was enough to do him in. He was in a clean position if it was purely skill, but
yeah,
the special defense drop was really enough.
I also like to think it's the special... We thought it was him playing too defensively, or not we, but mostly me. But then in the end, it actually did work out. The heavy uses of the Protect, and it's just, for me, all that chip damage working out until that final second where it was the gamble. Will the Garchomp's Earthquake kill our Chaludon, or will our Chaludon fight it out with the final attack? And the final attack did beat out the Garchomp. And here we have round 2. The same thing will not happen again. So we have to see the action for ourselves. It is round 2.
So Ethan will be leading the exact same way he did in game 1. But the thing is, Znivs goes, you know what? That Garchomp gave you such a hard time. I'm just gonna start with that instead. Why am I gonna wait?
So now, Ethan, fully knowing the threat that the Garchomp poses, already sees it on board, already knows, okay, there's something I need to answer. What do I do? The question has been presented. How do I answer?
The bigger question now is, what is this Venusaur going to do? I mean, it doesn't want to be lit on fire. It doesn't want to take an earthquake. And it definitely wants to be in Trick Room. And for Regiroth, though, in the previous game, did not Trick Room. But yeah, Charizard will be Mega Evolving. The real question is this going to be a Weather Ball into the Regiroth or a Heat Wave into both?
And of course, Weather Ball was a significant factor in the last game, causing a significant portion of damage to Ethan's team. And we are seeing the same song and dance as the last game, but not to the same music, because we will have 2 new moves coming in. The Earthquake!
It does not affect the Charizard, which is flying. Regiroth will be taking about 28% of its HP, and Heat Wave will be burning this Venusaur down. But we see exactly why Regiroth is Regiroth. It is so difficult to take out, and it just eats that up. Giga Drain from the Venusaur, though, will be healing itself up ever so slightly. But that still means that Trick Room will finally be going up for Ethan's side. But again, we just saw how much damage this Giga Drain and that... What's it gonna do? Even if it manages to do some damage, Charizard's gonna hit it with another Heat Wave.
Again, we can already look at their HP values. They cannot survive another onslaught of attacks. They cannot survive that wombo combo 1-hit, 2-punch. So what will Ethan do? It's up to this. And for Regiroth, tanking, of course, Venusaur healed a little bit. I really don't think they're in a good position to survive Zartzlop and Shark's next attacks.
The thing is, he can, but he's gonna have to make a really risky play one way or another. And the thing is, if he has the Pelipper in the back, he can always swap something out. But znivs is going to anticipate that he may have the Pelipper in the back. No Earthquakes coming from short, probably. Venusaur will be protecting itself. And, well, Farigiraf uses Thunderbolt into the Charizard slot, but that is no longer a Charizard. That is a man.
Yeah, that's bad indeed. From a lizard to a man, and that was work. Znivs' gambit worked out. He knew that Ethan would be going more defensively this time. He presented that risk. Oh, are you really going to do the same moves again, knowing I can kill you? And that worked into Vinz's favor. And good job to Znivs on that choice.
Yeah, so here the thing is, Farigiraf did get the Trick Room up, so this is going to be a little more difficult for Znivs, but King Gambit is a very slow Pokemon. While it doesn't have any protecting moves and it cannot use Sucker Punch, it's the fastest thing on the field right now, considering it is a very slow Pokemon. Because of Trick Room. So Znivs is essentially going, thanks for the Trick Room. I know you want to use that, but you know what? I can show you a thing or two. Our Chaladon, though, will be swapping in for that Mega Venusaur, and Psychic will be hitting the Garchomp. But what now?
Exactly, it is really more of an uphill battle with a Corvo Cleave. Oh, imagine! The Archaludon, the tank last game, has been dealt considerable damage now.
So the Archaludon, I see that Znivs was probably thinking, you know what? I think the Archaludon's a bit of a problem here. If you're gonna switch out the Venusaur into the Archaludon or the Pelipper, I'm just gonna punch that through. The Farigiraf can just sit there. I don't think that's a threat.
It is not. We've already seen based on its moves, we've already seen based on its damage, even with the Thunder Shock that could have damaged the Charizard. The Farigiraf is just for utility, not really for the offensive capability. And Znivs knew that, and he knows what he wants. He needs to get rid of that Archaludon that KO'd him last round.
So I think he's dealing with the Archaludon really well this time around. But yeah, Ethan will be withdrawing the Farigiraf, and yeah, the Pelipper is still there. And yeah, like we predicted, the Pelipper was in the back, something that Znivs was thinking about. And remember that in Trick Room, the slower Pokemon is faster. The faster switch was on Ethan's side. He swapped in his Pelipper just for Znivs to swap his Charizard in. Znivs is using Ethan's Trick Room against him. Countdown Cleave connects directly into Pelipper. But the thing is, with Farigiraf no longer on the field, this King Gambit is now in a prime position to just go for a low kick into their Chaladon, which will probably KO, given the chance. Or, well, if the Charizard chooses the Heat Wave, something's going down. And with the Trick Room still up, I believe there's still a single turn of Trick Room. He's gonna have to think of something. Ethan's gonna have to stall out his own Trick Room.
Yeah, because imagine, it wasn't the case of, you're stuck in here with me. It's like, hey, Znivs just reversed it out here. I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me. And the King Gambit might take this all home.
Yeah, so Znivs did withdraw his King Gambit and sent the Garchomp back in. There we go. And Ethan forgoes his stamina boost and sends the Farigiraf back in. Pelipper will be protecting himself a little scared here, but this Farigiraf is going to be eating a Heat Wave. And eat a Heat Wave it does!
Oh, and the cause and solution to Ethan's problems has been taken out.
So the thing is that Farigiraf is, well, there's nothing setting up Trick Room. His Archaludon's a little worse for wear. Venusaur doesn't want to be in a room with his Charizard at that level of HP. If the Pelipper switches out to the Archaludon, it's gonna have to eat a Heat Wave, or it's gonna have to eat an Earthquake, or both.
Oh my god. That is a rock and a hard place that is choosing between Scylla and Charybdis. What will they do? And I think Ethan is just going to bite the bullet one way or another.
So Earthquake will be poking the Venusaur out, but Heat Wave will be connecting to both targets here, knocking out both Pelipper and Venusaur. So like I said, it was just a very clean shot. They weren't in the room and Sniff took full advantage of that trick room and decided, you know what? I can play in your trick room. You want to play trick room? Let's play trick room. Ethan on his last Pokemon. While this Archaldon saved him the last game, will he have enough steam to actually survive this onslaught?
Imagine two of Vince's heavy hitters staring him down in the face. It is not going to end well. Archaldon, the MVP of the last game, and now it might just go down as a sinking ship.
Yep, and the Earthquake will be connecting with the Archaldon. No stamina boost here. An easy KO for the Garchomp. Showing it, yeah, you thought you were the tougher dragon last game? Let's run it back.
Yes.
And run it back he did.
So imagine the king of Outbreak 2025 taking the bow to Ethan and now proving why he won the championship last year. He had Ethan eating at the palm of his hand.
I gave you game one. That's what he was saying.
Exactly, yeah. So, I know we tell each other no mercy, we give each other no quarter, but maybe that was a bit of kindness given to Ethan, and now the belt is off, the gloves are off. This is going to be a Joe to Michael Jackson situation, but will it continue for the third game?
You know, I can't wait to see what kind of adjustments they're gonna make. I believe they've begun, yeah. They're now in team preview and I wonder what kind of adjustments Ethan is gonna make, because Snivs made some incredible Game 2 adjustments, but will we be seeing the same adjustments from Ethan for Game 3?
I would like to believe, and I like the fact, see, if you actually take a closer look at the players, Ethan is recording, writing down notes, making sure he has all the info at his disposal before he takes a move, and he really saw the winning line from the very beginning. He knew that, okay, if Ethan uses Trick Room, what are my next options? And he played it like a fiddle all the way till the cows came home.
Yeah, so the thing here was, even if Trick Room was up for Ethan, Sniff just went, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I have an answer. So that's the problem you present? Ooh, I have it right here, sir. And he presented it and won that game.
But the thing is, the way I see it, Ethan needs to take care of that Archaldon. That might be his win condition this entire game. He has not shown us the Metagross mode, so he probably really just doesn't want to bring the Metagross into this matchup.
Oh, yes. Because again, there are two Pokemon, right? Not being used.
Yeah, so now we are entering Game 3. A few audio difficulties, but Ethan will be leading with Grimmsnarl and the Venusaur. So we will no longer be seeing Forager from the beginning. Instead, it is... Well, that's a heck of an adjustment, but the thing is, Grimmsnarl can only set up one screen at once. Will it be trying to defend itself from any proper weather balls or heat waves coming from the Charizard? Or will it be trying to defend itself from this Garchomp who can very easily Dragon Claw into this Venusaur? The Venusaur is not in the best position to take hits right now, but even if it manages to survive once, what's it gonna do against a Garchomp and a Venusaur and a Charizard here?
So of course, Vince, fully knowing the threat imposed by his first two MVPs, is gonna be running it back again, but this time with a Grimmsnarl in the mix. Let's see how it goes on. And of course, same old song, same old dance, but a different tune. Let's see if Ethan can ride this one out even better.
So yeah, the Charizard will be Mega Evolving, but the Venusaur will be protecting itself instead.
Yeah, I think he expected that.
So the Grimmsnarl didn't... I'm at a loss for words. Grimmsnarl did not even set up screens here. Immediately went for a parting shot into the Charizard, weakening it. And in comes Pelipper just to get rid of the sun. So that was quite a play by Ethan. Short will be going for Earthquake, which will not do anything into the Pelipper. But
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so what is this Charizard planning to do? It does go for a Weather Ball into the Pelipper, but that Water-type Weather Ball will not be doing as much damage as you'd hope.
I think that indeed that was a good move. I give this round, this turn, to Ethan. That was actually a good sequence of moves, fully knowing the threat, but we saw that Vinz did not go for that full offensive AoE barrage that he did in the last round. So we can see that they're both adapting, they're both adjusting, they're both growing, they're both learning. It all comes down to this.
The thing is, the Pelipper though, it took about 36% from a weakened Charizard. Its own, that was a fully resisted move from a Charizard that has been hit with a parting shot. So, imagine how much damage it would have done.
Okay, I think... and for brand new, we have Bangus.
So we will be seeing the Basket Legion switch in for the Charizard here. But we did see Ethan pop off a bit. Was that according to plan? Pelipper manages to avoid the hit from the Rock Slide. But will this make this Venusaur flinch? Again, Znivs has not had the best time with RNG.
Oh no!
Earth Power will be connecting into the fish, but not enough. But this fish is now in a very bad spot.
They are in a bad spot. I actually have to give that turn once again to Ethan. Ethan kind of predicting properly. The tailwind as well. The winds are changing and they are pointing to Ethan's favor right now.
Yeah, Ethan did a fantastic job making those plays, but now this fish is not having a good time.
Man, from Bangus to Burnt Bangus, this is not where Vinz wants to be. Switching back into the Grimstar. Bangus with the protect. Is it enough? Is the aluminum foil enough to protect the fish?
Well, Giga Drain did come from the Venusaur to hit this Garchomp. Heals to full. Ethan's Pokemon are doing magnificently, actually. And yeah, we see that Rock Slide just doesn't do as much damage here. But there are only 2 turns of Rain left. And there are, I believe, 2 more turns of Tailwind on Ethan's side. So he has the advantage of speed control, but it's what he does with this advantage while he has it that matters the most. The fish Basket Legion will be switching for Charizard. If Ethan targeted that slot with a Giga Drain, it will not be doing anything. Light Screen will be coming up from Ethan's side, but Light Screen, both Pokemon on Snip's side were actually physical hitters though.
Oh, I think he was expecting Snivs to pull out special attacks, but that was not the case as my partner Mold has stated. And it doesn't really affect any of them. And an Earthquake coming in, that is considerable damage coming in from the side of Snivs. This turn goes to Snivs.
But again, you have to think about it. Ethan has one last turn of Tailwind left. So, I mean, the logical thing for Snivs to do here is just double protect. But Ethan is not taking advantage of the last turn of Tailwind. He's protecting himself.
And as well as Snivs also protecting himself. Now we are seeing more defensive plays coming in for the champion. Grimstyle again for the party shot with that debuff and going back into the Granger. Is that a Mobile Legends reference? And we are... Oh my god, it is. I knew it. Pelipper, indeed.
So Pelipper will be coming out to exchange the weather. So, yeah, this Pelipper Grimmsnarl combo has been probably in the back pocket. And it's doing so well for him though, but I don't think Pelipper is going to appreciate getting hit once with anything here. Again, but the thing is, remember how much damage we can still see on the screen that Pelipper took 36% from a water-type Weather Ball after the
debuff.
Charizard, after the Charizard has been debuffed by Parting Shot once. So how much more with a fully powered Charizard and a Garchomp hitting it with a Rock Slide? The Rock Slide did miss.
That is true. But what is Ethan planning to do? Because just as Mo presented, he just basically delayed the inevitable. Ethan, I mean. And we are seeing more of that damage coming in. More of those Weather Balls coming in. We are going to see maybe a big damage coming in. Oh! But imagine this thing!
But the flinch! The flinch! Pelipper is unable to use Tailwind! Pelipper fails the Tailwind from the flinch. Snips! RNG is finally smiling on him.
Imagine Lady Luck smiling at you and then slapping you into the face. Oh my god!
That was a 1-2-3 slap. 1-2-3. You know what? I'll give this to you. Slap.
It's like, oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. I'm so sorry.
Well-
You are flinched.
This Garchomp is in a good position once again to Rock Slide, but, well, the thing is, Znivs is able to just go for a Heat Wave here if it really wants to.
Imagine RNG working in the favor of Ethan at first and now working against him. But maybe RNG can go back to his favor. It all depends on his new moves. And there we go. The Metagross that we have yet to see.
This Metagross is about to eat a Weather Ball in the face and it almost gets knocked out by something. Giga Drain from the Venusaur will do nothing into the Charizard though. Charizard, I mean, people have been saying Charizard is the best Mega for Rain and it's kind of showing.
Yeah, I think we can see it right now. Imagine how much of a threat, how much Sarge Slap has eliminated in the past rounds. And for me, I've seen Ethan. Ethan isn't really heavy on that offense. He's more on those strategic, calculated plays. And these calculations are not working in his favor, especially with the RNG.
Yeah, but we see that Short was swapped in for Slay the King Gambit. King Gambit, Ethan does not have Farigiraf in this game. They're just both switching. Okay, so the Garchomp comes back in right after it's swapped out, but Charizard showing, you know, I'm not afraid of this. I really don't care about your Venusaur. Do whatever you want. I'm just gonna keep hitting you with your own weather.
Exactly. You started this, you're gonna have to eat it. And that is what Sarge-Slap just throwing all of these weather balls at the face of Ethan. And he's just taking it all without the proper recompense or proper payback to Znivs.
Yeah, so now we do see that this Charizard, it really just doesn't care. It will stall out the very last turn of Rain though. And well, Garchomp is still here, but Ethan will be using Light Screen again, but Light Screen was still up. Earthquake will be coming from the Garchomp, hitting both the... Well, will this knock out the Grimmsnarl? And it does. Venusaur is now in a bad position. Ethan fumbled. He did not use Reflect. He went for Light Screen, and now he's no longer able to swap in and out. He's not able to pivot, but his Pelipper can come back in. And, you know, we can see the Charizard go for more of these.
Oh my god. It's just pigs to the slaughter maybe at this point. What can Ethan do? But knowing.
But the thing here is, no matter how you look at it, even if the Pelipper were to come back in and Znivs went for a Heat Wave, it's gonna do a significant amount of damage. Nothing is protecting this Metagross.
Oh my god. All of Ethan's men are out in the open. Pickings for Znivs. It really just depends. One man down on Ethan's side. Who will fall next?
Okay, so I was wrong. It does have the ability to protect itself, but we will not be seeing a switch. Short will be using Earthquake into Ethan's side. Doesn't hit the partner Charizard, but it will be hurting this Venusaur. And while it doesn't get the KO, Heat Wave will be picking this up.
Hey Ethan, remember this? And that is what Znivs is showing him right now. The Venusaur knocked out once again.
Now the funnier thing here is that even if the Pelipper were to come back in, we saw that the Charizard did 49% into the Metagross. What's stopping it from doing another 49% with another 2% from the Garchomp? You know, let it rain.
Yeah, just let it rain. Go, have your fun. I don't care.
Just let it rain. You know, I don't need the sun to win.
This is really proof of Znivs once again turning Ethan's greatest offenses, greatest assets against him.
This is even a major turnaround of the weather trope where you always want to win the weather war, but we can see that Znivs here just goes, you know what? I don't need to win any weather war. I'll just win in yours. And yeah, we will be seeing that connect and it will knock out the Pelipper. Znivs will be taking the reverse sweep here. Ethan put up a fantastic game one for the very first round of Swiss. We kind of went into overtime here, but that's that. And what a fantastic game one it was.
Imagine, folks. Guys, if you thought that the king couldn't be touched, he was. Znivs lost one round, but in the end, it wasn't enough. He read him like a book. He read him like a children's novel all the way until the end. But good moves done by Ethan. Congrats to Ethan. Well done to Ethan.
Okay, so our players should be returning to the VGC area. And we will be passing the stage over to Smash. So, Smashcasters, if you're there, please step up. We will also be obtaining the Smash players from their spot, and they will be endorsed coming down here. So, can't wait to see that. This has been Moldbreaker and
Daiya.
And we'll see you again in the next hour.